We're a company that's aggressive when it comes to, say, exploration. We want to make sure we're doing the work, and also adding value for our shareholders as well, which is critical, as a junior.
Hello and welcome to the Assay TV. Today I'm here at 1-to-1 Mining Investment London, and we have Mark Major, CEO of Krakatoa Resources, with us. So Mark, great to have you here today.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
And I hope you've been having a good event so far.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, really good turnout.
And so let's just kick off with a bit of an introduction to Krakatoa Resources and yourself. Can you share a little bit about the company's vision and your strategy?
Yeah, look, I guess as a company, Krakatoa, we started in 2012. I wasn't part of the original team, but as the name suggests, Krakatoa was out of Indonesia, assets out of there, gold assets. Since then, it's gone through a bit of a, as all exploration companies, it sort of goes through development stages. And I came in about 2019. We're focusing on, say, critical minerals, rare earths and the likes. And yeah, now our main focus is heading in towards these antimony and gold and rare earths.
Okay, excellent. And so let's take a look at the Zopkhito Antimony-Gold Project in Georgia. So that's emerging as a globally significant asset. Can you talk about the project itself and maybe some latest developments there?
Yeah, look, the project is, we believe one of the most significant, antimony projects in Europe. It is a project that was recognised a long time ago by the Soviets when they were actually in Georgia. They did a lot of work from the 1950s right through to the 70s. They had brought this project into pretty much pre-production for the studies. So there's a lot of information there. So we see the benefit of that, obviously, and that's why it's really kicked us to move along this route. And yeah, this year we've pretty much started doing a lot of the investigative work, proof that what was said previously is actually there and what.
Okay, excellent. And so, as you mentioned, doing that work that involves drone surveys, geophysical work, and that's opened up some new exploration zones. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it definitely has. So, some of the geophysics work that has been done, has revealed some good information. What's also been done is we've flown some drones inside these adits. So historically, the Russians, the Soviets, had actually used adits as exploration technique rather than drilling, because it is the side of the mountain. They just go straight in, straight on the vein and follow it through. So we actually flown a lot of these adits during this year, which has opened those up for our exploration looking into the future now. We started drilling obviously from surface, and yeah, next year we'll be looking more into the underground.
Okay, and so what are you hoping to kind of achieve within the next year or so at Zopkhito?
Yeah, I guess it's to carry on from what we've been doing this year. With the surface drilling that we've done, 2,000 odd metres, we intend to obviously do a lot more meterage. We started a bit later in the season this year, but next year we intend to obviously expand on that, focusing in some other areas as well. And we intend to do a lot more metallurgical work and obviously start to work on, say, the development scenarios, or looking at the optionalities of how we actually go about exploring this in the future, plus also going into production. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And so kind of shifting gears a bit, you've recently divested from the Belgravia project and expanded Mt Clere. So can you talk about these moves and how it kind of aligns with a strategic goal?
Yeah, look, our Belgravia project, the way we see that, it's in New South Wales. It's a porphyry style system. That's not a key part of what our focus really is going forward, which is more the critical minerals, rare earths. Mt Clere, we've expanded on our current resource there, our rare earth resource, which is a clay hosted resource. The land adjoining us, where we know the mineralisation continues or the regolith is there, so we've picked up that land as well. So that'll be an extensionary thing for that Mt Clere deposit.
Okay, excellent. And so you did raise about 4.6 million this year. So can you talk a little bit about how you plan to allocate these funds?
Yeah, look, a lot of those funds were already sort of being used, I guess, because of the exploration in Georgia. You know, we intend to continue along with that exploration. We're a company that's aggressive when it comes to, say, exploration. We want to make sure we're doing the work, and also adding value for our shareholders as well, which is critical, as a junior.
Okay, excellent. And so critical minerals have been, the hot topic of the past year or so. What makes Krakatoa's approach to critical minerals exploration a bit unique, especially within the context of kind of shifting global supply chains?
Yeah, I think that I think we're all on the same track. Everyone's sort of unique in their own right, but what I think we're trying to do is we're looking at high priority key targets that we can get into production quickly. So things that have already well studied, well known, and high grade. That allows us the ability to be able to move into the market on a small scale, not the big scale. Big scale will come later on, but if we can start to tap into the markets quicker than others, and it obviously opens a lot more doors for us, gives us better returns for the investment on the obviously the money we spend, and going forward, I think that's going to be the key to sort of our success.
Okay, excellent. And so in the coming months or so, what should we be on the lookout for from Krakatoa?
Yeah, look, because we finished all our drilling, it's all in the laboratories now. We expect those results to be, I'd be bullish in saying by the end of the year, but I think early next year we'll have those results there, and they'll be coming out, obviously. We will also be planning, our program for 2026 once we get those results, and pretty much moving forward on the basis of that.
Excellent. Well, definitely quite a bit to catch up on in the coming months. So, Mark, I want to thank you for joining us here today at the Assay.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.